Hello, everybody. My name is Jeanette Gennaro, and I'm a personal trainer, and I am very excited to welcome all of you along with me on my journey to get back into shape after baby number 3. Today, I'm 8 weeks postpartum, and I'm currently doing HIIT exercises that don't involve jumping. So, let's get started. We're going to warm up with a light jog. Roll your shoulders back. Now, these are the exercises that I'm doing that I feel comfortable with because there's no jumping involved and it allows my pelvis to heal. My pelvis is currently misaligned, and that's thanks to some muscles being tight, some muscles being weak. So I'm working on strengthening those muscles, and I'm also working with a chiropractor once a week to help get me realigned. Once my body is in the structure, it has more integrity, then I'll be comfortable to add on some jumping and some more stuff. So stick around because we're going to increase the intensity of the exercises in the months to come. But trust me, these exercises are plenty intense enough. Make sure your heel is coming up off the floor. A slight little twist, but never twisting at the knee. Knee and toe always point in the same direction. Now, no twisting, just shifting your body weight from side to side, taking your arm, bring it up and around. We're going to be doing a lot of movements with our arms. These large movements are going to increase the intensity of the exercises. And so will doing the exercises as quickly as you safely can. Other side. Getting those shoulders nice and warmed up. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and practice our squatting. I'm going to sit back onto this chair. When you squat, you want to make sure your knees are behind those toes. One way to ensure that you're doing that is to sit back. Pretend like you're going to sit on a chair. That will keep you from squatting straight down. And having a chair behind you will help you practice that form, but without giving you fear of losing your balance. If you feel like you lose your balance, like I did a little bit earlier, you've got that chair right behind you. All right, so let's go ahead and rehearse the first set of exercises. 4 exercises, and we're going to do each one twice, working as hard as you can for 20 seconds, but we're still warming up. Large circles with the arms, and you're going to be doing this as quickly as you feel comfortable with. You can add that skip in the middle or not, up to you. Okay, now the next one, I'm going to turn to the side. I want you to notice my hips are pushing back. Okay, hips are pushing back. I'm bending at the hip. Very important, tuck in your belly button. Okay, let's practice. Let's wake up those transverse abdominals. You're going to inhale and exhale forcefully, but you're not going to let your chest drop when you exhale. When you do that, transverse abdominals tighten up. Let's practice. Inhale. Keep that chest lifted. Exhale. Core tucked in. That's what I'm talking about. When you bend at the hip, spine remains straight, but that core is strong, protecting your back. So it's almost like a deadlift type of action that you're doing. Not coming down like this, but pushing those hips back. Arms are coming down, and then you're opening. Down and opening from the front. This is what it looks like. But I'm going to be turning to the side to remind you guys to bend at the hip. Keep that back straight. Up next, you're going to be stepping back. Be very careful not to let that back hyperextend. Keep your back nice and neutral, stepping back. Shoulders remain low, hands level with your shoulders. Hands come up to the front as your legs tap behind you. And the last exercise of this round, modified jacks, moving as quickly as possible. No jumping, you're just taking your foot from side to side. I'm going to go ahead and grab my timer so we can get started. As you get comfortable with the movement, you can speed it up. And rest. Tuck in those transverse abdominals and begin. Think about pushing those hips out behind you and back underneath your chest. Looking down to the floor so your neck is neutral. Rest. Remember, step behind you. Shoulders remain low, neck nice and long. And rest. Modified jack coming up next. Begin. And rest. Starting from the top. Starting from the top. And rest. And rest. Modified jumping jack, and then you take a little bit of a break. Standing up nice and tall for these. Good work. All right, take a sip of water. I'm going to demonstrate the next set of exercises, but I want to point out these workouts are wonderful to add along to, perhaps if you're cycling or doing any sort of steady state aerobic activity. These are a great complement because they provide a tiny bit of impact, which is excellent for your bone health, and It also incorporates the upper body and a little bit of strength training as well. So these workouts are short and they make a wonderful, wonderful add-on to things that you're already doing. As I mentioned, cycling and maybe perhaps yoga. This is wonderful to add along to that. All right, so the next set of exercises that we're doing, modified burpee, as always. Feet are wide, hands in between the feet. Okay, you're going to step back, hold that perfect plank position, not letting your head drop. Come in and in, down, come up, push those hands up. Okay, come down. You're not going to hold that plank position for long, just enough to make sure that you have that proper form. Notice the difference between getting up like this and getting up like this. All right, I want those hips to stay low, chest comes up, leading with your chest, and then pushing up. And then speaking of pushing, pushing to the side, pushing out in front of you as you squat, push to the side, back to center, and side. Remember, pretend you have that chair behind you. Perfect. And here's a new one. You're going to keep your head over your standing leg for balance. Starting position, your toe's going to be behind you, okay? So my head is over my standing leg, knee is nice and soft. I want your hips not to point to the side, but point out in front of you. This is the most important part. There is absolutely no bending on the hip at this side, okay? Notice how the back of my leg is level with my back. I don't want you guys to bend over like this because that defeats the purpose, working on the hamstring and the glutes here. You're going to feel it on both legs. But right now, your job is to use your hamstring and your glute even to keep your leg level with your back. That's going to be where your upper body, lower body is doing. Toes touch the floor, arms immediately go up. You're going to do 20 seconds on one side and 20 seconds on the other. All right, let's get started. Alternate which leg you bring back and forth. And rest. Keep those shoulders low, hands high. Rest. Very important. Keep your head over that standing foot, toe behind you. Begin. And rest. Head over standing foot, begin. And rest. All right, just 4 more exercises and we stretch. Deep breath in, relax those shoulders and begin. and rest. And rest. All right, find your balance and begin. Even though you're bringing those arms up, shoulders remain low. Rest. Find your balance, begin. And rest. Excellent work. Shift your body weight from side to side. Bring your arms down. Roll your shoulders back. Start breathing in and out through your nose so your body knows it's time to relax. Reach up and push out. One more time. Keep your body still this time. Knees soft. Reach up and push out. Stretch out our hamstrings. Toes and hips remain to the front, bending at the hip, keeping your back straight. You can support yourself on your front leg. Every time you exhale, deepen that stretch. Think about having that tailbone, instead of pointing down, have it point back. Keep your back straight and bend over at the hip. Relax. About 5 more seconds. Slowly come up and switch sides. Toes point to the front, hip points to the front, bend at the hip. Let that tailbone point straight behind you. Inhale, exhale. Stretching is just as important as exercising. If you don't address imbalances and flexibility, then it's going to be near impossible to allow your body to recover. And come up, keeping your head over your standing foot. Find your balance. You can hold on to something if you need. Heels come in towards the glute, and that little bend you have going on in your hip right now, try to straighten that out by pushing your pelvis forward. Breathing in and out through your nose. Gently release and switch. Head over the standing foot. Find your balance. Heel gets pressed into the glute as far as you can, and pushing your pelvis forward. Excellent work. A couple more seconds. And gently release. All right, I'm going to have you turn to the side. I want you to think about your posture. Your ear needs to land over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knees, knees over your ankle. Going to bend over, keeping your hands in contact with your legs, with your feet, or the floor. Just providing some support for your back. Let your head relax here. Feel the tension just releasing from your lower back and the back of your legs. Very gently, I want you to start rolling up. As you roll up, let those knees land right over those ankles. Keep them soft. Keep rolling up, making sure your hips are over your knees. Core is tight. Roll your shoulders up. Keep that chest lifted. Let those shoulders land over your hips. And lift your head up just a little bit, shifting your neck back so your ear is aligned with the shoulders. You're standing using your muscles, not hanging off your joints. Breathe in, arms up. Palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your center. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Remember to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. It's free, and it'll help me get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, every Monday through Friday. Workouts uploaded at 6:30 a.m. Have a good day. Bye.